Have you ever lowered yourself into a chair and felt your knees complain before you even sat down? Or reached the stairs and quietly thought, I'll go slowly, just in case? Many adults over 50 notice this change. Not sharp injury, not sudden damage, just a growing hesitation. You begin avoiding squats, avoid kneeling, avoid quick movements, and little by little, your world becomes smaller. But here's the surprising truth. For most people, knee pain after 50 isn't caused by using the knees too much. It's caused by the muscles around the knees doing too little. Research from major medical institutions consistently shows that the knee itself is rarely the original problem. Instead, the hips, glutes, and stabilizing leg muscles gradually weaken, forcing the knee joint to absorb forces it was never meant to handle alone. So when you try traditional squats, your knees take the pressure instead of your muscles. That's why squats feel uncomfortable, and why many people stop exercising entirely. But avoiding movement makes the joint even more sensitive. Today, I'm going to show you 4 gentle movements designed specifically for adults over 50. They strengthen the muscles that protect the knee, without compressing the joint like squats do. No deep bending, no floor kneeling required, no aggressive workouts, just controlled, safe motion that rebuilds confidence step by step. Many people notice standing becomes smoother. Stairs feel safer and walking feels lighter again. Before we begin, take a moment to support the channel. Like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who wants to stay active without hurting their knees. Now let's start with the first movement, the one that quietly wakes up the muscles your knees depend on most. The supported sit to stand. Think about the last time you stood up from a chair in a restaurant. You probably leaned forward, pushed hard through your knees, and used momentum to rise. It works, but it places most of the load directly into the knee joint. Over time, the body forgets how to stand using the hips and glutes, so the knees become the lifters instead of the guides. This is one of the most common hidden reasons knee discomfort begins after 50. The knee is not designed to be a power muscle. It's a hinge. Its safety depends on the muscles above it doing their job. Today we retrain that pattern, not with squats, but with a controlled standing movement that teaches your hips to carry the weight again. How to do it. Sit on a stable chair. Your feet should be flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Slide slightly forward so you are sitting on the front half of the seat. Place your hands lightly on your thighs or armrests, not to push, only to guide. Now lean your chest forward slowly. Your nose should move over your toes. Gently press your heels into the ground. Tighten your buttocks, as if lifting your hips upward, not forward. Rise slowly to standing. Take about 3 to 4 seconds to stand. Pause upright for 1 second. Slowly sit back down the same way. Hips move backward first, then bend the knees. Repeat 8 to 12 times. Move slowly enough that there is no dropping into the chair. When done correctly, the glute muscles activate before the knees bend deeply. This changes the force distribution through the leg. Instead of the knee absorbing body weight alone, the hips share the load, exactly how the body was designed to move. Studies on older adults consistently show that controlled sit-to-stand training improves walking speed, balance, confidence, and stair ability because it restores proper muscle sequencing. Walking alone cannot retrain this pattern because walking never requires full body lifting strength. This movement does. If you have severe knee swelling, recent surgery, or cannot stand safely without assistance, use armrests for support and reduce repetitions. There should be effort, but not sharp pain. Each slow rise is your body remembering how to protect itself. You are not forcing your knees to work harder. You are teaching the right muscles to finally help them again. Now that we've awakened the lifting muscles, next we restore side-to-side stability, the missing piece behind many sudden knee pains. Exercise 2. The wall hip press. Many knee problems don't actually begin in the knee. They begin in the moment your foot lands while walking, when the leg quietly shifts inward and the knee follows. You may notice it on uneven ground, a slight wobble stepping off a curb, or that brief instability when turning around in the kitchen. Nothing dramatic, just a tiny collapse toward the inside of the leg. Over time, that inward drift places twisting stress on the knee joint. The outer hip muscles, especially the glute medius, stop stabilizing the leg, so the knee becomes the shock absorber for sideways movement, and knees are not built for sideways load. This next movement restores the body's natural stabilizer. How to do it? Stand sideways next to a wall. Your outer shoulder should face the wall. Bend the elbow and place your forearm against the wall for balance. Step the leg closest to the wall, about 6–8 inches away from it. Keep your body tall. Don't lean. Now gently press the outside of that knee into the wall. The movement is subtle. You are not pushing hard, just firm pressure. You should feel the outer hip tighten, not the knee. Hold the press for 5 seconds while breathing slowly. Relax for 3 seconds. Repeat 8–10 times on that leg, then switch sides. The hips stay level the entire time, no tilting. The outer hip muscles act like guide wires for the knee. When they weaken, the thigh rotates inward during walking. This increases knee joint stress with every step. Research in older adults shows hip stabilizer training significantly reduces knee strain and improves balance control because it corrects alignment before the foot even hits the ground. Walking strengthens endurance, but it rarely strengthens lateral stability. This exercise does, quietly and precisely. You're teaching the body to control movement before impact happens. If balance feels uncertain, keep both hands on the wall. The pressure should feel activating, not painful. The knee remains comfortable. The work happens in the hip. When the hips guide, the knees relax. This is where movement begins to feel smoother again, not forced, not guarded. Now that we've restored forward strength and sideways stability, next we rebuild the cushion behind the knee, the support most people never realize they've lost. Exercise 3. Heel back hamstring curl. Many knee problems don't actually start in the front of the leg. They start behind it. You may notice this when walking downhill, or when your leg feels shaky after standing for a few minutes. The knee doesn't feel painful exactly, and it feels uncertain, almost as if it doesn't trust itself. This happens because the muscles behind the thigh, the hamstrings, gradually stop assisting the knee, so the joint tightens in self-protection. The body's solution to instability is stiffness, but stiffness creates pressure. This movement restores the knee's natural support system from the back, where true joint security comes from. How to do it? Stand behind a chair or hold a countertop for balance. Stand tall with feet hip-width apart. Shift your weight onto your left leg. Slowly bend your right knee and bring your heel toward your buttocks. Move gently, not high. Keep your thighs aligned. Do not let the knee drift forward. Pause for 2 seconds at the top. Slowly lower the foot back to the ground. Repeat 10–12 times, then switch legs. Breathe normally and keep movement smooth. The goal is control, not height. The hamstrings act like guide wires for the knee joint. When they weaken, the shin bone glides forward during walking and stair use. This increases joint pressure and irritation. Strengthening them pulls the leg into proper alignment. Research in older adults shows that improving hamstring activation significantly reduces knee strain during everyday walking and standing. Walking alone rarely activates these muscles fully. This movement wakes up the stabilizers the knee depends on. Instead of bracing the joint, the body supports it. If cramping occurs, reduce the bending height and slow the tempo. Those with severe balance concerns should keep both hands on support. When the back of the leg wakes up, the knee stops guarding. Movement begins to feel reliable again. You're not forcing motion. You're rebuilding trust between your muscles and your joints. Now that the knee has support from the hips and the back of the legs, we can complete the system with one final gentle exercise that makes walking smoother and quieter. Exercise 4. Seated lateral leg raise. Knees often feel wobbly when you shift weight from side to side. Whether reaching for something on a shelf or stepping off a curb, instability comes from muscles that aren't doing their job on the outside of the leg, the hip abductors. This simple seated lateral leg raise strengthens those muscles safely without squatting or stressing the knee joint. How to do it? Sit on a sturdy chair with your back straight and feet flat on the floor. Keep your core gently engaged and hands on the chair for support. Slowly lift your right leg straight out to the side, keeping the knee extended but not locked. Hold the leg for 2 to 3 seconds at the top. Slowly lower it back down with control. Repeat 10-12 times, then switch to the left leg. Focus on smooth, controlled movements. The goal is muscle activation, not speed. The outer thigh and hip stabilizers are critical for knee alignment. When these muscles weaken with age, the knee drifts inward during walking, standing, or turning, increasing pressure on the joint. By strengthening these muscles, the knee tracks correctly. Pressure on cartilage decreases. Balance improves during side-to-side movements. Even a short daily routine of 10-15 minutes can help retrain these muscles, making daily activities safer and more comfortable. Those with hip pain or recent surgery should keep the raise low and work within a pain-free range. Always move slowly and use the chair for support if needed. This final exercise completes the system. Front of thigh, back of thigh, side of leg, all working together to protect the knee. You are not fragile. You are rebuilding strength from the ground up. Each movement is a step toward confidence, stability, and freedom in daily life. Remember, you don't need to do these perfectly, only consistently. Start small, build gradually, and notice how your knees feel more supported and capable each day. Drop a comment below, "My knees are getting stronger," to join our community of adults reclaiming mobility and independence. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel so others can discover these safe, effective exercises too. You're not here to fade quietly. You're here to rise, step by step, movement by movement.